comparison, this chap's job is almost restful. But let's stop a moment. What is going on? The chances are that even on the assumption that wasn't cement being mixed and that it was nothing to do with building, you still wouldn't guess the end product in a month of Sundays. This heavy machinery, too, is the last thing one would associate with what is, in fact, one of the finest and most delicate crafts, the making of china. At this famous factory in Barlaston, Staffordshire, the basic materials from which pottery is made have changed little in 200 years. Ball clay from Dorset and Devon, white china clay and china stone from Cornwall. While for the production of fine, translucent bone china, ground-up bone is needed. All these ingredients are systematically blunged, as they call it here, or to the layman mixed in water until they've been blended into a creamy liquid form. Before the final mixing, the ingredients have to be measured, depending on whether the mixture required is for bone china or earthenware. However, in the manufacture of dinner plates, for example, the process, at least in the early stages, is the same for both. The liquid clay is put through a press and the water squeezed out, leaving the clay in slabs rather like plasticine. Finally, any air pockets are squeezed out and the clay is ready for the potter to use. This pancake affair, called a bat in the potteries, is flung onto a plate mold. This plate is to be made in two colors. The first color bat in the center has its edges cut off so that the rim will be formed by a second white piece. Later, the plates are stacked on their molds in a special dryer and any rough areas trimmed before firing. Naturally, we haven't time to show the complete firing process, so let's briefly explain that the 100-yard-long tunnel kilns are heated to temperatures between 12 to 1300 degrees centigrade, and that each truck takes 75 hours to make a journey through the furnace. Then they're glazed and fired again in a glossed kiln, after which a fine film of glass is left over the whole piece. Finally, the plate is given its pattern, and this too, as you'll see, in several stages. Today, in an age of tremendous scientific achievement, the pottery industry is, of course, marching with the times in both ideas and technique. But basically, it's one of the few remaining that have changed little since the days of men like Wedgwood, through whose brilliant craftsmanship and love of beauty we can, 200 years later, make our tables so decorative.